What is up, guys? Today is pretty much a special day. Actually, it's technically tomorrow because tomorrow is my brother's birthday. So today I'm going to take him out and I'm going to see a really god awful. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in reviews, but it looks terrible. Morbius, which is a that guy's villain. Of course, my brother wants to go see it. And it looks terrible, but I got him a very, very. Actually, let me turn this back so my face isn't so Don Cheadle. Yeah, and I got my brother a very, very special gift. I have it right over here. I'm gonna show you guys what it is. So, you ever do something stupid like borrow someone else's property and you completely lose it? I did that as a kid. So my aunt got my brother this Spider-Man football, and I was really jealous because I was also a massive Spider-Man simp, just like my brother. But he was the one that got the football. It was his birthday. And this is like 15, 16 years ago. I was in middle school, and my brother was in elementary school. He went to the Charles Taylor. I went to Deborah McCormick in Boston, Massachusetts. And I was like, hey, Tonio, can I borrow your football? And he was like, yeah, sure, bro. You could. Or it's probably, yeah, you could use it. And went on the school bus, played with it at recess. I think it was recess or whatever. Went back onto the school bus and got off the bus, went home, and didn't have the ball with me. So I forgot it in my seat, and some kid stole it. They also stole my God of War PSP. Whoever that was, fuck you. But I have a PS Vita, so it's like, who gives a shit at this point? I got him the exact same one. What if this was the exact same one that I lost on the bus? Can you imagine? But no, I got the exact same the Nerf ball, and it has the Sam Raimi logo. There is one with the Amazing Spider-Man logo, but I didn't really care for it. I wanted the exact one. I wanted it to be perfect. But yeah, I got it for him, and I hope he likes it. And we're gonna go out and have some dinner first. So, and also, I don't think you guys have ever met my family on this channel, so that should be really exciting. But yeah, let's go. So I've made it, and of course I'm the first one here. And my brother said he's gonna be here at 7:30, which is the time I showed up, but changed his mind to change it to 8 o'clock. And also, we were supposed to go to The Well. It's like a Jamaican restaurant. My dad's side of the family's from Jamaica, so we grew up eating Jamaican food. And he might change it to the Mexican food place right next door because they serve alcohol. But yeah. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna sit in here and wait for my family to show up. So
all the time. She had no idea.
All right, Antonio, are you ready for your gift?
This is it.
All right, you remember a toy you got? I think it was from Auntie Julie, but then ended up losing it.
No.
You don't remember that?
No.
I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember that at all.
What?
Auntie Julie got him a toy when he was like, I think it was for his 10th birthday. I ended up losing it. I took it to school one day.
You lost it?
I lost it. I took it on the school bus and I totally forgot about it, and I came home. You remember the incident?
Oh. Yeah.
I got you the exact same one.
What the hell it was. You're annoying.
Every single year, I'm like, I totally forgot to buy him that thing back. It's been like 15
I was
years.
so heated when you told me you lost it. I was like, Cedric, how the hell?
Because I came home and I'm like, wait, where's the football? I was like, where is it?
Hey.
What the fuck did I just watch? Holy shit. Hey, what is up, guys? And yeah, I know the first thing I gotta address, I said that I totally was not going to watch any more movies from Hollywood, but this time it was actually my brother's 22nd birthday. He really wants to watch it for some reason. And it got me out to going to Boston because I fucking hate that place. I knew this movie was gonna bomb. I remember seeing trailers for this coming out. I think it was supposed to come out in like 2020, if I believe. And then it was supposed to be coming out in January of 2022. And then it got pushed back to April. And I was like, wow, whenever you get a January release date, it's usually always a piece of dog shit. Especially if it's a horror movie. So if you guys don't know what this is, probably you don't, because no one was planning to watch this film. Morbius is a villain from Spider-Man, and he's a vampire, and that's kind of it. And he's played by Jared Leto. And so Sony gave him a movie for some reason. I don't know why. The thing he's best known for is the 90s cartoon, which I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't have him bite people in the cartoon because it was a kid's show. He fed through his hand, which was really fucking weird. But yeah, it's terrible. It's awful. And one of the biggest sins for me, because if you don't know, I'm a massive movie fan. I have like movie posters and shit, a bunch of Blu-rays in the living room next door. The thing I hate, movies could be weird, they could be silly, sometimes they could be annoying, but the one thing I hate a movie to be that would make me really angry is be fucking boring. If you bore me, you already like really set me off, because one, I only didn't waste my time, I'm also wasting my time wishing your shit to be over. It felt like one of those terrible films that you were just like, you used to watch as a kid, like it was really bad superhero movies, like the 2005 Fantastic Four. This felt like a film that would have came out around that time, like 2005, 2006, like those really shitty comic book movies, like from Catwoman to like Fantastic Four, to around that range, because the effects look exactly like that. The effects are dog water. They look terrible. It's like this weird smoky sonar thing. I can't really explain it, but it looks so bad. The CG on the characters' faces, I can't. Oh my god, like it's just so much to go into. This film, it just felt like it was contractually obligated to be made, like, and a bunch of people in suits at Sony, they're just like, well, we gave Spider-Man to Marvel, we do get a lot of the profits, but let's keep the Spider-Man hype train going. Let's just find anyone that's in something Spider-Man, doesn't matter who it is, and just give them a movie and put no heart, no soul, and put no effort into it, and just reference Spider-Man. Like, there's Daily Bugles, newspapers everywhere in this movie, which really kind of annoyed me too. It's like, okay, cool, yeah, you got Daily Bugle newspapers in the film, but it's 2022, no one uses a goddamn newspaper anymore. It's like, if you just had a website, even Amazing Spider-Man 2 had that figured out. It's like, yeah, that movie came out a decade ago, and they're just like, yeah, no one reads newspapers anymore. It was like, okay, that's kind of cool to see, but like, whatever. Okay, Daily Bugle. And like, if you ever see the trailer, they had like little hints of like Maguire's Spider-Man, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, with the word murderer spray painted over it. Not in the film. Not in the film at all. No references to, well, there is, but it's in the after credit scene. Also, spoilers, because I know you're not going to watch this at all. This is just like an unbridled rant from me right now. But that's totally not in the movie. The scene when he's walking down the alleys in a movie, I don't know if they just went in post-production and added that in, so people could just talk about it in the trailer, because that was the only thing people would talk about. And it's just not there. Just completely not there. But one of the other things, they kind of had a reference to like Venom, so I guess this is in the Venom universe, because at the beginning of the movie, something weird happened, and then they said, oh, hey, yeah, this is kind of like that situation in San Francisco, and I think Venom takes place in San Francisco. I've only seen the first film once it came out like 4 years ago, and I didn't see the second one. I'm not watching that dog shit. This movie tries to be a multitude of things. It tries to be a science fiction film, a horror movie, a vampire movie, and like an action film, action comic book film. It fails at every single one of them, every single thing. It has this really generic blue filter over everything. Like, the color correction is just blue, so it looks like this really generic science movie, like, because everything's in labs. But like, when they do the horror scenes, it looks like it still looks like a generic lab. It doesn't get like weird or creepy, and the set design doesn't really change. And all of the set pieces looked exactly like the ending of Resident Evil 2, when you're inside of like the planetary place, like the science rooms and stuff, the labs. It looked exactly like that. And this trying to be a horror movie, there's barely any blood in it at all. I have seen very violent PG-13 movies, and now I don't know why Sony keeps doing this. It's like, can you make Venom and Morbius rated R, but they just don't have the testicular fortitude to do that. And we don't know why. We're just like, please, can you just make it rated R? At least the violence would be fun. This is one of the most least violent PG-13 movies I've seen. Like, they try to make it creepy when he's like walking up with his hand, scratching the metal, then clawing the guy, but they completely cut away and they don't show it, and there's barely anything that comes out. And then, like, at the beginning of the movie, it just, oh my god, at the beginning of the movie, it's Morbius going up to like some bat cave in like Costa Rica or something, and then he sets up this machine that has like wires on it, and he's set it in front of the cave. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, I guess the bat's gonna fly towards him and that machine is going to stop it. And then he takes his hand out, grabs a machete, like a probably like 15-inch machete, cuts his hand pretty deep. It barely bleeds at all. It looks like a paper cut on his hand. He cuts his hand, some blood comes out, and he puts it in the machine, and you hear the bats coming. The bats go through the machine, so the machine's there for no fucking reason at all. Oh god, it's just so stupid. Also, what really annoyed me, they didn't have their accents like they did in the cartoon.
I'll feed on you. Wanna feed on me? You don't know where I've been.
They kind of sound really goddamn cool and very like, I don't know, people hate this word exotic, but him and his wife in the cartoon had like really cool fucking accents. Not here at all. They just sound like generic, bored Americans. I can't pinpoint what the personality of Morbius is. It's like he kind of makes these weird, awkward comments. He's kind of like a weird dad in a way. It's kind of like, he kind of feels like Mr. Fantastic in the comic books a little bit. I don't know, it's just so hard to explain because it's like he's just so boring and generic the entire time. And once you watch the movie for the first like 5 minutes, once you get to the orphanage, you know who the bad guy is. And of course, and there was like this really cringy like dance scene. There was so much cringe in this movie. They try to have like a cute references, which kind of don't make sense because if they're different universes, like Morbius literally rips off a line from The Incredible Hulk, like the one with dude from Fight Club. What's his fucking face? You know what I'm talking about. Where he's like, you won't like me when I'm hungry or whatever, which is an exact line from that movie. And it was just so, and I laughed because it was so poorly put together. It was supposed to be done seriously. It was, oh my god, it was so goddamn bad. And this movie feels like it should have came out like 15, 17 years ago because it rips off Spider-Man, which is the property that they own. The Matrix, they were ripping off so many scenes. Batman Begins, they ripped off actual shots of like when you see like Bruce Wayne is in like the cave and you see the bat surrounding him when he's overcoming his fear, and it's like this huge symbolic thing in the movie, and it's like one of my favorite scenes. But like in this film, he has this weird like tube tunnel in like this in a lab, and he just stands there and it's the exact same shot. And I totally forgot to mention this. We watched this in 4D. So 4D is that they give you seats and it moves, and like there's things that spray in your face, and there's like jolts and stuff. One of the best films to watch in 4D, I saw Don't Breathe, which was really, really, really good. And Warcraft, which was my fiance and I's first date. I took her to go see Warcraft and Now You See Me Too. Actually, I got the receipt. Did this, I think, for one of our anniversaries. See, actually framed the movie ticket. But this movie, the seats collectively, if I were to take every single time the seats move, it's probably like 5 goddamn minutes. It didn't do anything. There were like probably like 20-minute stretches where like the seats don't do anything, and there'll be like scenes where he'll just open a drawer and like you'll feel a slight jolt in your seat. I'm like, wow, that you guys really had to do it that way. Oh god, it's so bad. And for some, I don't know why Sony does this. It's like they don't listen to anyone. It's just like, yes, we own these properties and we're just gonna make this movie. It just felt like it was made in a boardroom. That's all I can visualize in my head, because they've been having this problem for almost decades where they completely ruin an entire secret scene in their goddamn trailer. So in 2012, it was The Amazing Spider-Man when they showed that the mysterious guy, it was actually an after credit scene that was in The Amazing Spider-Man. They ruined it Next one, Amazing Spider-Man 2, they had the last shot of the movie when he's hitting the rhino, and I think the after credit scene was also ruined in that one too, if I'm correct. And in this one, they show the Vulture in the trailer, and it's like the last of one. It's like the last one of two. I think there was like 2 after credit scenes with him, and it doesn't even make any goddamn sense. And it's Michael Keaton, and then he shifts into Morbius's world, but when he shifts, he's in a totally different jail, which wasn't occupied by somebody else, and so they release him, but he still has his Vulture suit in this one, and it looks slightly more upgraded. So how does he have his Vulture suit and he's in a different universe after the No Way Home? And none of it makes any goddamn sense. In this movie, it had no potential. It didn't have any potential. It felt like it could have came out when Twilight was a thing and they were still trying to do comic book movies when they're in their own separate universes, and they were still in that shitty phase in the mid 2000s. But my god, man, this movie was so, it just, the only word I could use ironically and literally is that it's completely soulless. It has no goddamn soul. Okay, so that was like a 15-minute rant, but let's actually get into the point why I'm making this video. So I'm starting to really hate the phrase, well, at least it wasn't woke. It's like, all right, congratulations, nigga. The movie's still trash. It just still doesn't deserve your money. And that you're hearing a lot more people say that. They're just like, well, at least there wasn't like some type of non-binary character or whatever. It's like it's soulless, it's boring. It's honestly, I would much rather watch woke garbage trash, like top tier supreme cringe woke garbage than just boring generic just soulless movies. I'd much rather watch the other one because at least there's some type of, I don't know if you could call it passion, but some type of effort to put something in the movie. This just felt like check marks that they were just knocking off. But god, just demand better from the people that try to sell you stuff. Try to seek out someone who wants to put love and care into their projects. I would say don't go for the woke trash that made by people who fucking hate you. And don't go for the stupid garbage corporate just nothingness behind it. Just don't go for either one. Just call them both shit. Just don't say at least it's one, or it wasn't this, or at least it wasn't that. They're both fucking trash. Just go and just demand better. Go out and find products that you would actually were made with love and care. The one movie I'm actually kind of excited to see, the only one, which is really ironic because I was excited to see the last one because I thought it was going to be shit. I end up liking it. It's not a perfect movie. It's honestly not really a good movie. It's really stupid. But the movie knows it. Is Sonic. Sonic 2, looking at the poster itself, I've only seen like one of the first trailer and that's it because I don't like to watch too many trailers to ruin it for myself. But seeing the poster is made by people who fucking care. It looks exactly like the poster from the original game. The first time they made the CGI, it looked terrible. It looked nothing like Sonic. People complained, and you know what the filmmakers did in the studio? They said, oh, we hear you. Yeah, we hear you. We'll change it. We'll fix it up. And yeah, and we'll add the Green Hill Zone song at the final part of the entire movie. A little annoying. I wish they had more Sonic music throughout. But yeah, it was a movie made with love and care and homages to the fans. And actually, I really love the little Sonic drawing that they had in the film. That was awesome. That was probably the best joke out the whole movie. But it was a big studio, and it was a big studio coming together with some people who actually cared about the product and their fans, and it actually made a good conjoining. I don't know. It was a good fit. It was like, I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, it's so corporate and big. I'm just like, I care more if it was just completely soulless. and you could tell, like, you could just visualize a board meeting in there where it's just like, yeah, we got all these characters in a Spider-Man movie. Can you just get this Morbius guy a film that does vampire? People like vampires, right? They're still making Twilight movies. They haven't made one in the last like decade, my guy. Yeah, guys, that's all from me. That's me screaming about a movie that no one's gonna watch and people knew was gonna be trash. But yeah, demand better, seek out projects where they don't hate you, where they actually respect their customers, and you reciprocate that respect with your hard-earned money. So yeah, that's all from me, guys, and peace.